Well, hello everyone, welcome to another video with Blocs Builder. And in today's video we're going to explore the brand new brick that we just released called Any Video. Any Video is a fantastic poster brick that allows you to play videos in a pop-up modal, and you can style a whole bunch of stuff. So let's take a look, shall we? I've got a basic project here with a background that I've applied a gradient to, and I'm just going to drop in the Any Video brick right here. So we're looking for this icon here, Any Video, and this is what it looks like when we first add it. So we've got a poster image and we've got a play icon which we can change, but with our brick selected we'll see a bunch of options on the right hand panel, and as you scroll through you'll see there are a lot of options with this brick. So let's just go through briefly at some of the features that you can explore. So the first option you'll see, you'll be able to select or be able to set the video that you want to play. And you've got options here for YouTube, for Vimeo, and also a custom URL. And in this example, we're going to use a YouTube video. And as the field suggests here, the only thing we need is the ID. We don't need any other information here. So I'm just going to copy and paste our ID in there for our video. I'm just coming down here to our autoplay. Now, autoplay is a feature that is really dependent on browser settings and also the source video. So this can be, some of the things that can influence this is the settings in Chrome, for example. And also Safari on iOS won't autoplay videos. There's not too much we can do about that, but you can engage these settings, and if it's supported, they will be on it. So we can also mute audio and modest branding, which is a feature for YouTube. So some of these options will actually change based on the source video. So with Vimeo, we've got display title and display byline. Again, those are subject to the Vimeo control settings. But let's go back to our YouTube, and I'll put our ID back in there. I'm going to select modest branding. Modest branding for YouTube removes the YouTube logo along the bottom of your video there. Okay, we'll come down to player, and I'm going to give this a large modal, extra large modal, sorry. And I'm going to have this fade in. You can also choose to have it zoom in. And the blur, we've got different levels of blur. You can have no blur, standard. I really like the intense one. That's my favorite one. And the player, I'm going to give it a video shadow. And this option here is the color for our background. So I'm going to actually grab a color here, and I'm going to paste it in there, which is our nice blue that matches our background, and we can set the opacity. So we could go for a solid color that will, our modal will be, will have a solid background. But if we want to have a blur effect or some of the other effects background, we want to see some of the background, I'm just going to lower that. And with the blur intense, I find that a very low opacity works best. So between 10 20 is pretty good. Okay, well, here we can style our close button. I'm going to change the background of our button to match our blue color here. And I'm going to leave the icon white. And we can choose to have it in the left, the center, or the right. I'm going to keep it to the right. We can set a player border width here, and our color, and I'm just going to add a bit of a border to our player. Set the opacity to 100%, and I'm going to give it a width of just 2. I'm going to leave the radius as 0, and because this is actually going to wrap around our video when it plays, I'm actually going to make this a slightly different shade than what we've been using. So there, something like that. And here we can select the poster for our brick. I'm just going to select one that I've already pre-added here, and we can see Avatar 2 promo poster. Now this is a really cool feature too. Under posters, you've got these built-in ratios. Now this will automatically convert your image to a cover image. So even if your image is not 16 by 9, it will fit it within these proportions. And as you'll see here, if I change it to 16 by 10, you'll see it change. We can do a cinematic size. We've got a square. portrait. Now with some of these ones it's best to have a much smaller column set. I'll give you some examples of what these look like. Pretty neat. And then we've got one called from image. So you can select your own custom proportions, and with this option it will actually wrap around the proportions of your image. So I'm going to go back to wide of 16 by 9, and I'm going to just increase this width here. Right, awesome. So our next option is our poster icon. Now we have actually 12 options here, or we can completely remove our icon. And so I'm going to use the YouTube one here. And then we've got 9 positions we can have it on the poster. So we've got left, center, right, and then we've got top, middle, bottom. And so you could place this in the middle if you like, or I'm going to place this on the bottom left. And you'll see why in a minute, even though we can't quite see it there. I'm going to leave it as white. Now, poster overlay. I'm going to leave the normal state as fully transparent, but as the hover here, I'm going to set our dark blue again. Let's set the opacity up. I'm going to do quite a heavy opacity, maybe 80% here. Awesome. And our poster border. So now we can add a border to our poster here. I'm going to copy what we had for our video. In fact, I'm going to copy the brighter color that we have up here. And we had our poster set to 2. Let me just increase our poster width. Maybe I'll do 3. 3 might be a bit better here. Cool. Alright, so we've got our poster sorted, our icon, our border, now our poster effects. I'm going to add a little bit of a drop shadow to our poster here. And now we come into the timing transition. So this is really handy because we've actually got a hover overlay on our poster here. I'm going to set some timing. So I want that to happen, say, let's do it over, we'll set that to 6. I want to do a subtle zoom. And then I want to do this with some linear timing, so it's the same speed from beginning to end. Okay, and there's a whole lot of options here you can play with. So let's have a quick look at this right now. So we go in preview, and we have our poster bric here. We hover over, we can see our slight zoom and our hover effect and our transition timing applying. And if we click this, we get our video playing. Awesome. It's that easy. Now, you may have noticed here with this video we've selected, we actually have a little bit of a warning here, preview warning, that plays for 6 seconds before our video starts. We can actually set a start time for our video. So I'm just going to go back to our brick here, and at the very top of our options, we have a minute and a second setting here. And so we want to start our video at 6 seconds. Let's go and preview that. There we go, it started at 6 seconds, straight into the video. Okay, awesome. Another feature I'd like to show you is our captions option. Now, our captions option is pretty neat because we can use plain text here, or you can use HTML markup. We also have an option that sets our entire caption zone, which is going to appear below our poster here, as a trigger for our video as well. So you'll be able to click anywhere over the poster or on the caption area to start the video. In this case, I'm going to have that turned off. Now we can put plain text here, so we could put avatar. Let's do the copyright 2021. And as you can see, it's a little bit hard to see here because of the default settings. We're going to change the color. We've got a whole lot of color options we can apply here. I'm going to make that white text. I'm going to change the size of the text. I can choose when the text will hide. So maybe I don't want the captions to appear on the smaller breakpoints. I'm going to have the captions disappear when we get to the smaller breakpoints. And we can set our line height of our text. We can choose our font. So in this case, let's choose something heavy like that. And then we've got some padding for our caption area. So I'm going to choose some top padding and some bottom padding and some left padding to bring our text in. Awesome. Let's go and have a look at how that looks. Great. So we've got our video, our poster, we've got our transition and timing, our overlay, and we've got our caption text, and we have our video starting at our 6-second start time. Awesome. So that's a quick look at any video. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a look at some of the features. We'll do some extra videos further along showing you some fancy things that you can do with any video. Alright, check it out at blocsbuilder.com. Okay, take care.